We must have met and became friends about over 10 years ago now, just through mutual friends of going to raves, going to the End, going to clubs and DJing really, and we sort of got on really well and realised we're both into the same thing. And we hooked up again in Manchester, where we both went to do university but didn't do university. We just got a studio and started writing beats. And yeah, we basically gave up everything, socialised, friends, washing, everything, just to stay in the studio and like learn how to write drum and bass and beats basically.
Everything fabulous.
We kind of sort of jumped straight into the hardware world and got some money together, bought a big Mackie mixing desk, a computer which seemed way too expensive for the spec it actually was at the time.
Which actually is still sitting there being the office PC now. So
EMU sampler, like a Supernova synth, some cheap sort of outboard compression.
A Nord rack which we sold after having it for a week.
Yeah, stuff like that which we didn't really know what we were doing with, and it took us sort of a long time to get to grips with all the hardware and the wiring, and it was pretty chaotic, and the studio was a big mess basically for a good couple of years.
Zinc snapped up a couple of breakbeat tunes of ours called Wise Up and Tricky, and shortly after that we stole the parts to 2020 by Future Cut, did like a naughty remix and sent it down to Clayton at Hardware, who was livid that we'd done a remix anyway because we were no ones. And then he heard the tune and was like, okay, it's alright. And he got in touch, and yeah, that was our first release, drum bass wise, 2004, 2020 remix on Hardware. The last release we had was on Jenna's album For Lost Friends, and the tune was called In Love. Working with Jenna was a pleasure.
Yeah.
She's a very professional singer. She does a lot of writing work as well. She knows what she's doing. But with In Love, she come in, she must have had about 7 beats, 6 of them ridiculously jazzy. She was like, you know what, I don't want any jazzy stuff. And we were like, oh God, all we've got is jazzy things. And we played this horns track. And she was like, yeah, I like that. And she basically come in the next day, she'd written the lyrics in the bath at home or whatever, and she goes, right, I want to do this, this and this and this. This harmony here. I want to do this backing vocal here. And she just basically told us what she wanted to do. And we don't know very well, so it's a very lax atmosphere in the studio.
Now we've kind of evolved into almost purely software, so just running a custom built PC, got a nice microphone we just bought, good preamp for that, nice speakers.
Yeah, Mackie A24s. What you're hearing sounds rubbish, then the end product will probably be rubbish. Whereas if you've got wicked monitors and you hear it clear and you can hear how it sounds well, you can make it sound how it's supposed to.
We got this Korg Triton recently, which is a kind of big synth a lot of the American sort of hip hop producers use, and it's just a sort of easy access to like thousands of really good quality patches and realistic noise and stuff.
And our computers now are carrying on specially made music PC just for writing music.
Generally every day, like, we'll be in the studio, we'll come up with some ideas, and then we'll take them home and just listen to them on, you know, crappy little hi-fi speakers. And yeah, it really, you can really sort of hear the difference. It kind of makes a song more real, as if it wasn't just a project on a computer, as an actual track.
Right, as we get the evening started, big warm welcome to everybody inside tonight. Sounds of the Jason Status alongside the X-Man and us warming up the building. Also in the Drum&BassArena family, everybody inside tonight.
2's better than 1 because, you know, if you work well together and you've got sort of good communication, you can get more done. We can be in 2 places at once. You know, DJing and producing and running the whole business side, we do ourselves, and there's quite a lot to do behind the scenes, and having 2 people makes it a lot easier to do that. It was a remix we did for a UK hip-hop artist called Plan B.
We did that with Benny G from Mixologist.
Yeah, and it's his latest single called No Good, which has been doing really well. Apparently they've been playing it as the encore to his live show, which is quite a compliment.
Cool, yeah.
About to come out is a remix we've done of a track called Represent, which was originally done by Brocky and Ed Solo.
On Undiluted.
and that's more of a kind of
Dancefloor.
jumpy kind of dancehall drum bass thing, which we did really just out of nostalgia for the original, like when we were kind of going raving. That was a big anthem.
In March, we got our first single on Ram, which is Dumpling, Rhythm and Disco. And then we got the album, we'll be dropping it towards the end of the year.
We want to really showcase kind of the talent that's the UK has to offer. Take people out of their sort of
genres and put them in ours.
just mishmash of genres and just try and do something that hasn't really been done.